Hey, it's Chris Cashman putting in the legwork here. It's quite a clip from Seattle to Mercer Island, but I want to be a part of history, and it unfolds tomorrow. We'll tell you all about it tonight on Evening. It's the first of its kind in the world. Hop aboard the historic new light rail route before it opens to the public.
I'm Jose Cedeño, and today I'm learning how to ski without snow, right? That's right.
And the $575 local whiskey with a story to tell. Well, hello and welcome officially to Evening. I'm still Chris Cashman. I just got back from the future and it is incredible. We're at the Mercer Station where, believe it or not, every 8 minutes trains are going to be swinging through, finally connecting the east side to downtown Seattle, and it's a world's first, the first light rail to cross a floating bridge. We're going to take you on board in just a moment, but first, let's celebrate our surroundings. The station is close to the Mercer Island Park and Ride for drivers. Watch out though, it does fill up fast. Also by the Mountain to Sound's Greenway Trail for walkers and bikers. There's art by Seattle's Belize brothers celebrating how folks used to get to Mercer Island before the first floating bridge was built in 1940. And from here, it's an 8-minute rail ride to downtown Seattle, 25 minutes to the U District. And now our Back to the Future moment. This light rail opens tomorrow, but Team Evening was amongst the very first to take a ride yesterday across the floating bridge.
It's awesome.
It's mind-blowing. The first train on a floating bridge ever.
We're making history, baby.
One of the coolest pieces of technology you will see.
Very excited.
For journalists and agency officials on board, this wasn't just a commute. It was the realization of a milestone decades in the making.
I am incredibly excited. This is a huge, huge event for our region.
And now we are finally here.
It's pretty cool. And besides, you can get to Mariners games now from Bellevue or Redmond without having to pay $100 for parking.
As the train left the South Bellevue station, technical questions about floating bridge engineering mixed with oohs and ahs as people realized they were making history.
We're shooting a story for Evening Magazine right now. We're on the light rail.
It feels like nothing. You go across flexible joints on a floating track bridge using technology that was specifically invented for this one use case anywhere in the world, and it feels like a train, which is the goal. And we're so excited to welcome tens of thousands of people on it every day starting Saturday.
Then came the moment everyone was waiting for, the floating bridge. For the engineers who spent over a decade on the project, seeing the media's reaction was the ultimate payoff.
I've been working on this project for about 12 years, so it's really great to share this and be part of this.
Even the social media managers and commuters-to-be couldn't help but geek out over the sheer Seattle-ness of it all.
I think anything that puts Seattle ahead of the curve is great. Something we can write about, something that we can show off to the rest of the world.
The ride was smooth, the views were, as promised, incredible. And the camaraderie was a reminder that sometimes getting there really is the best part of the story. The future is here, and just a reminder that connection across the lake, including 2 new stations, one at Judkins Park in Seattle and here on Mercer Island, will officially open up tomorrow. They are setting up tents, there will be festivities, and now that you can take the light rail to Mercer Island, here are some cool places to check out just walking distance from the station. First stop is a place that's been serving Mercer Island for more than 100 years. The Roanoke Inn says it's the oldest business on Mercer Island. This 21 and up tavern is the ultimate destination for a cold beer and hot wings. Just a 5-minute walk from the Mercer Island light rail station, Island Books is a pillar of this community. An independent bookstore that's been keeping the island well-read since 1973. Need to touch grass? How about almost a mile of Lake Washington waterfront? Luther Burbank Park is an easy walk from the station. And if all you need to make your light rail ride complete is a taco, Bugambilia's food truck has you covered with 9 different types of tacos and other made-to-order Mexican street food. All right, now you will need to take another form of public transportation, a ferry, the one filled with cars and people, not the fish and chips everybody's excited about. This island distillery is making some award-winning organic whiskey.
These are 53-gallon barrels.
No one starts off doing things perfectly. Just ask Master Distiller Keith Barnes.
We were the third distillery in the state, and so all of the ugly teenage years are behind us.
Less than a decade later, Keith's company, Bainbridge Organic Distillers, is all grown up and producing some of the best spirits in the state.
I had a firm belief that you can make an organic product that is as good or better than anything else that's out there. We have our Battle Point whiskey. We have Bainbridge Legacy vodka. We have vanilla vodka. We have 2 gins. Both of them use a little bit of Doug fir.
But it's another liquor they produce that's put Bainbridge on the world whiskey map.
We didn't really set out to build a Japanese whiskey, but we set out to build a whiskey that had a connection to that place.
That place is Yama, a village built on Bainbridge in the 1880s, where Japanese immigrants lived while working at a local mill. When efforts started to help document and preserve artifacts from the site, Keith's Distillery set out to help.
The idea was to build a whiskey that had some Japanese influence to it, and we would carve off the vast majority of the profits from that, and those would be donated to Bainbridge History Museum. Yama is made from unmalted barley that's grown up in the Skagit Valley, and it uses a Scottish whiskey yeast.
But what really set this whiskey apart is the wood they use to mature it in.
And Mizunara oak is kind of a cult thing. The Japanese use it very sparingly.
Little did they know that the whiskey they were making would be so well received. Yama was named Craft Whiskey of the Year by Whiskey Advocate magazine, an honor Keith was unaware of until a friend called and told him. It just goes to show you don't have to be big to be the toast of the town.
Everything came together in just the right way at just the right time, and we were able to make something that was special enough that people recognized it for being great.
Now that Yama whiskey costs a cool $575 a bottle. I'm not sure if they do tastings, but good news, the Bainbridge Organic Distillery does have a tasting room.
Up next, a new place where you can hit the slopes with no snow any time of the year.
Heck yeah.
And this is the sound of healing. Find out why.
Wow!
Local stories make a difference.
That's good.
With the power to enrich lives, strengthen communities, and make us smile. Evening is made possible by Primera Blue Cross. Primera Blue Cross, always in your corner.
And welcome back to Evening from beautiful Mercer Island. We're excited about our light rail. She will start connecting you passengers from the east side to Seattle starting tomorrow. And while she's opening up, a lot of our ski mountains are getting ready to close due to a lack of snow. But some good news, there is a local spot, a new spot where you can ski year-round. And Jose takes us there.
Just south of Seattle, there's a father and son-owned business that is a playground for snowboarders and skiers.
What is Stoke Mountain? It's an indoor ski center. Anywhere from pros to beginners can come here. For people that before didn't have access to the mountain or couldn't afford the mountain, they now have that opportunity to enjoy the sport that we all love so much.
Not everyone has access to outdoor sports. This gives you an opportunity to come in and try skiing, try snowboarding. People here really wanted and needed something like this.
Just the fact that we've been working on it for so long, to now finally see kids in here just getting to enjoy it, it's amazing.
This is so cool. You can practice all your tricks, even jumps, everything in one spot.
So let's take a quick tour.
This is our airbag. Practice your backflips, your double backflips, whatever you want in that airbag. Now we're checking out the terrain park. We have all different rails, boxes. We're gonna switch it up every single month, so it's always gonna be new. This right here is dry slope material. It's kind of like a hard plastic turf. Feels a bit like ice to where you float around, but it's really easy to edge, and it doesn't really hurt to fall on. We have this specific accelerator system. You pull these handles in, you push the trigger, it'll launch you down the ramp up to speed. Now we're heading over to the trampolines. We have 3 super tramps. This is the kind of thing they use in the Olympics. They're super bouncy. You can practice all your tricks, all your aerials here. If you've ever want to learn how to do a backflip,
this is the place to do it.
That's the place to do it.
Okay.
Right now I'm on our Nordic machines. This is where backcountry Nordic racers can train their uphill travel. So I got the remote to the machine. This is how you control the speed, how you start and stop it. You can also change the angle of the slope depending on what kind of workout you want. It's like a massive treadmill. This is where we do all of our traditional downhill ski and snowboard lessons. This is somewhere for you to come learn how to carve.
All right, you all know that I can snowboard, but I never skied before. Today's the day for me to learn how to ski.
Jose will be able to ski in here. I don't know how far we'll get, but we'll get turning. I'll get you turning.
All right, safety is important here, okay?
You excited?
I'm nervous and excited.
All right, so we're on the machine. We're ready for our lesson. We can kind of move our feet around a little bit. We can start to just do little push-offs from the bar. Sweet. Let's just practice going into that wedge. There you go. So you can kind of feel how it starts to pull you away from that bar. Boom. Heck yeah.
Who would have known that I would learn how to ski without snow?
We don't want this to replace an opportunity for you to go to the mountains and enjoy the snow. But if you're getting off school or work and you just want to come session for an hour or two, then that's what we're here for.
Thank you, Jose. Stoke Mountain does have a gear shop and a coffee shop. They're located right there in Tukwila, and they're open every day. Stoked about that. All right, meanwhile, in Kirkland, people looking for health and relaxation are heading to Solar U Yoga. That's where you'll find some good vibrations.
Listen to the sound of healing. The ancient art of the gong.
Does so much for me. It's beyond words.
It's a sound that changed Wayne Marteau's life the first time he heard it.
And I just felt so good about it that then I went right out and said, well, I need to share this.
He left behind a lucrative career in IT sales to step into the world of sonic therapy.
I couldn't be happier. I took a pay cut. I've chosen downward mobility in that sense. And I'm tired and I'm working hard, but I've never been happier.
Now, as the founder of a nonprofit called Beneficial Sound, Wayne travels with his collection of gongs.
I have 15.
To bring musical meditation to the masses.
It works. Bathing in the sound and the vibration, it has taken off, where people have been transformed, as I was when I heard it for the first time, right from the get-go.
By simply putting mallet to metal, the certified gong therapist creates tones that seem to reach every part of the body and brain.
It's the quintessential experience, a deep emotional release.
Participating in Wayne's gong meditation workshop requires no special skill or physical ability.
You don't have to do anything.
Just open ears and an open heart.
We're exposing the human being to beneficial frequencies, and the body and the mind do the rest.
For nearly an hour, the energy slowly builds.
To really take up and ratchet up the percussive force and the volume and the intensity. That's a unique gift to the gongs. We're cleansing away emotions that don't serve us with the sound, and we're replacing that with our intention for what we desire. We go places in that 62 minutes that I play, everybody thinks it's 15 minutes when it's done.
The session winds down into a meditative silence. The emotional and mental release is complete.
I almost kind of like went into a zone which I don't even remember.
Definitely. It melts away.
It's my hope that you're touched from the heart to the heart.
Wayne's sessions haven't just changed the lives of the people who attend them. They've set this gong master on a journey filled with good vibrations.
Well beyond a passion, this is my purpose in life.
Great stuff. Wayne's organization also works with cancer patients and wounded warriors to help ease their pain.
Where you can find France, right here in Seattle.
it's kind of a miracle because the roots is the base of everything. So when it's living without the roots in the ground, you kind of want to see more of the tree and kind of see how it's living.
Erosion. The ground literally got swept out from underneath it. And he said, I got this. And the tide comes in every day and sweeps out more sand, more dirt, and it's just adapted every day, stood the test of time.
And welcome back to Evening from Mercer Island, the new light rail station. She's testing the tracks right now. She'll start transporting passengers from the east side to Seattle tomorrow. It is going to be a game changer. In fact, if you hop on board, you cruise across the lake, you might just get off in Paris. Okay, it's a bakery, but it sure looks and smells like the real deal.
It's the Pioneer Square Bakery that seems to have been transported directly from the Champs-Élysées. Mirabelle by Orphée. Orphée is Chef Orphée Poineau.
So we have the pain chocolat, making with Valrhona chocolate, French flour, French butter, the croissants, the Kouyaman, the chocolate almond cherry, the chocolate hazelnut, and the cinnamon muffin.
Now, if you couldn't guess, Orphée was raised in Paris, where patisserie is an art form. He trained with some of his native country's most celebrated chefs, and now he's making his own mark with dishes like the Parisian cochon, ordered by a Seattle woman who lived overseas for 10 years.
And I'm not a big sandwich person, but my favorite sando in the world is the cochon. It's just perfect. It's just baguette, really good salted French butter, the jambon, and then the Emmental cheese, and it's just brilliant. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Brilliance that comes at a cost. Orphée began his 18-hour day at 1 o'clock this morning.
We just opened 6 weeks ago, so very, very busy on work, like 18 hours by day, because we are a new business and it's challenging.
Visitors will find freshly baked baguettes, all kinds of sweet treats, cheese, wine. If you're hungering for a taste of Paris, from now on, Mirabelle should ring a bell. Orphée believes just one bite will make everyone a fan of the French.
It's a growing market, a huge growing market.
Mirabelle by Orphée is open every day of the week. They just got a salute from the Seattle Times. They loved the jambon fromage. You don't have to go look it up. It's a ham and cheese sandwich, but no ordinary ham and cheese sandwich. One of the best in Seattle, including French truffle butter. Don't take my word for it. Go get one.
Up next, Seattle Mariners fans weigh in on what they're looking forward to the most during the 50th season.
Now in our 40th season, Evening shares local stories that make our community shine. Evening is sponsored by Pemco Insurance. Pemco empowers the Northwest to prevent the preventable. Learn how at pemco.com.
And welcome back to Evening from Mercer Island. There she is. Light rail is here. That cross-lake connection you've been waiting for. It kicks off tomorrow and just in time for the Mariners' 50th season. And location is everything, friends. King 5 just so happens to be across the street from the ballpark. And we wanted to ask fans, what's your favorite part about going to the ballpark?
The Seattle Mariners welcome you to T-Mobile Park.
I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going to get a beer and I'm going to get a ferry boat for food. That is what I'm most excited about at this moment right now.
I'm excited to watch the Mariners play and hopefully win.
That's a good answer.
Hey, Cal O'Reilly. Thank you for being here today. You're a great player and break the bat.
Hit it here, Julio.
Mariner Moose. He's my favorite player.
I got Humpy, who won the salmon run last season.
This is Audrey down here. This is her 4th opening day. This is Bennett. This will be his first game, first opening day. We're excited. He got to see the playoff run last year, so he's a little traumatized.
The message is, it's not next year. It doesn't have anything to do with last year. There's only 1 year that counts. There's only one season that counts. There's only one day that counts. That's today. If you can take care of today, everything else is going to fall in place. This is the year we need to do it.
Go Mariners!
And just like that, we are out of time. Thank you so much to Mercer Island for hosting us tonight. Big weekend here. Link Light Rail is here. That connection across the lake starting tomorrow. Go Mariners. Make sure you're part of history here. They're going to have food trucks and all sorts of festivities. We'll see you next time. Could have arranged for a ride. This is kind of awkward. See ya.